Okay, we should be live. What's up, everybody? Happy Wednesday. We are joined by a special guest tonight. Say hello. Say hello. Okay. Okay. You don't want to talk now. She was screaming her head off earlier. But, alright, let's see who's in the chat. Craig Lilly is first in the house today. What up, Craig? We got Doobie. Hello, hello, hello. Are we going to talk about the Corsair class action lawsuit? Yes, we should talk about that. I will talk about that probably like 5 to 10 minutes into the stream before we do the unboxing and stuff of the motherboard. What up, Giant Robots? What up, Daniel? How you doing? Hello, Stang. Your little one should be coming up on 3 months soonish, right? These girls are coming up on 4 months. Hope you're doing well. Hope the family's doing well. Plotting hands, yes. This one does a lot of plotting of hands. She's often doing this. She's not doing it right now, but like when we leave her by herself, her hands always come together. Scheming something. Her and her sister always scheming. Let's see. You okay? You good? You chill? Yeah, so we'll get, there's a lot of talk about the Corsair class action lawsuit, so we'll talk about that in a second. I tried to fill mine out. It did not work, so I'm curious to ask you guys if you had luck. I got some... I forgot what the message was, but yeah, I tried to fill it out like 3 different times, and it did not work for me, unfortunately. So, I don't know what's going on. What up, Kel130? Hello, Arnold. Hello, hello. What up, Dispatcher? You'll be right back. I'm going to call again this week, so don't know if you hear the whole stream. It's all good, Daniel. I'm glad that you at least stop in to say hi. Maybe we'll get lucky and there will be an ARC motherboard soon. Has there been Intel... There has been Intel branded motherboards, right? Not ARC specific, but Intel branding ones. I'm pretty sure there has been. Oh, what do we get? 39 months of membership. Citrus. I got the Meta Ray-Bans and I love them. Dude, Citrus. Melissa has been wanting to get me those because they would be perfect for taking first-person view of the girls as we, like, you know, play with them and take care of them and stuff like that. My thing about the Meta Ray-Bans, even the new ones, the version 2s, aren't the version 2s like Oakley's? But anyways, my issue with them is their recording time limit. I really don't like how it's limited to, is it 3 minutes or something? I really wish you could just, like, plug in a cable and have it just record as long as you want. And the aspect ratio is not my favorite too. It's like not 16:9 for the content that I would make and want to like upload and stuff. But other than that though, it's really cool. So, and they're pretty like affordable, all things considered, because you know glasses can be expensive by themselves. And I think the frames for them are like 300 or 400 bucks. So it's not like it's crazy expensive considering all the tech that's in it. So. But yeah, glad you're enjoying them though. I mean, if I got a pair for free, I would definitely wear them. But because it's like, you know, Melissa is gonna be paying for them potentially. I told her like, please hold off, don't buy them yet. We'll just get them when you know the whatever iteration that it has longer recording. So, let's see. What up, Chris? Chris is fried. Fried from a long work day? You want your toy? You've been so chill. Can anyone guess which twin this is? We'll play the twin guessing game as I go through the comments. Did I submit a Corsair settlement? Yep, so I already addressed that. I'll try again tonight, but I'm curious if anyone else had problems with it. What up, Anthony? Hello, hello, hello. Team Swavey Motorsports. I would like to donate 2 random PC parts for a new build. DM you. How DM you through where? YouTube. You know, you guys. Did you ever use the YouTube DMing system? YouTube used to have a messaging system where like you could message a channel, and there was like a whole inbox section and stuff like that. I used that like years ago. Like I did a giveaway and stuff like that, and to message people that won, like, you know, it's comment in the video, and then I'll randomly draw someone, and then I reached out using that system. But they removed it a long time ago. I swear they removed it in like 2016 or 17, like really soon after I started my channel. So, are you on the Discord? Because that would probably be the easiest way to contact me. Also, all my information is in the, what's it called? The description section of where to send parts. People have sent parts in the past, and I've unboxed them on stream and stuff like that. So if you're looking for that information, it's all down there. And if you just, you know, write a note or put your name, I'll also know. But yeah, what up, Bionic Bigfoot? So Intel Acer B570 deal, B570 Acer deal from Newegg with Battlefield 6, and it's only $180. Considering that's what, a $70 game, that's a really good deal if you're trying to play Battlefield. Let me see, is that still going on? Newegg B570. Let's take a look. Okay, so B570 sort by lowest price. Love, you keep throwing your toy. Okay, you don't want to play with it. Let's see. I don't see anything for 180, Anthony. You said the Acer one, so I'm guessing it's this Nitro. Okay, I see the Battlefield 6. I don't see any coupon code or, you know, a price reduction. Is it already over? Because at 50, this is $50 more than $180. And at this price, I mean, this could still be worth it, all things considered, because you are getting that Battlefield 6, which, bless you, which brings the price down to, what, 160, effectively. But it would be nice to get it for that 180 price you're saying. Hi. What's up? What's up? You want me to move more? But yeah, let's see. Cole Hurt says, so the PC on Java last night, got one more. Having to play the waiting game for, might have to swap a 7800 XTD. Oh wait, so Cole, you are Nyan. Let me see on the Discord server. Was that you? Yeah. Cole Nyan Tech. Okay. Yeah. You got a good deal on that 7800 XTD. Girl, are you are drooling all over my hand. What up, Pedro? Yeah. Want to dance while we read comments? Yeah. We dance. Oh, let me get that cloth. Hello, Kaden. What up, Steven? What up, More Beta? Jack Pepper. Hello. Ban them from McDonald's. Ban who from McDonald's? The girls or somebody else? You are in Seattle area, aren't you? Yes, I am. Sorry, I'm like, wait, I'm trying to get caught up on the chat. I'm getting there. I am in the Seattle area. I'm north of Seattle. I'm in Lynnwood. You look too young to have a baby? Bro, what are you talking about? People have babies when they're like 18. I look at least 18, don't I? And don't I at least look like I'm in my early to mid 20s, which I feel like also is an age that a lot of people, depending on where you live, have babies. I am much older than I look. What up, Casey? No, have I been gone long enough to not realize that you had a kid? No, Casey, this has been like, we're coming up on 4 months here. Wow, have you been? I could have sworn I've seen you in the chat in the last 4 months. Maybe just I didn't have any of the girls with me, but A kid, 2 kids. But good to see you, Casey. What up, Robert? Fix it. This kid looks like a future NVIDIA card user. I don't know. I don't know when we're gonna build their first PCs, but when we do, I need to figure out a fun way to do it. Maybe I'll like put out a bunch of parts with prices on them and give them fake money, and then they have to like build it for a certain price. I don't know. There's plenty of time until these girls can build a PC, so I have plenty of time to cook. Max is 3 minutes on the Meta Ray Bans, and battery isn't the best. It's definitely not my main pair since these die so often. Pay 300 for the frame, 200 for the lenses. Okay, got it. Yeah, and then I think like if you have insurance too, you can get probably the, I don't know, the frames will be covered because they're kind of fancy and electronic. But use like if you have eye insurance, which I do, I think lenses can be covered. So yeah. So people are saying this is Mia Twin B, the left one, thing one. Is that Mia? This is actually Lexi. This is Lexi. Lexi, say hi. You can tell it's Lexi because she's chubbier. But I guess if you don't see both of them at the same time, you don't know that she is the chubbier one. But this is Lexi in her cute sundress that was gifted to her, or to them, by one of my Melissa's friends. Today was a nice sunny day, so her mom dressed her up in this cute little, what is this, cherries? Or, yes, it looks like it's cherries. This thing is so big. Okay, you keep being chill. You keep being chill. Oh, team, okay, on Instagram, are you the same username on Instagram? And what you said, you couldn't find me? My account did get deleted at one point, but I should be there now. Peckish said, you told me to send a photo of my PC last stream. You want me to do that? I forgot the reason. I think I forgot the reason too. I think, was it about the, no, didn't we talk about the fans? You submitted the picture with all the fans? Or am I confusing that? Love, hello. Okay, I move. Or here, we dance. We get you moving with some dance. Ba, 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 ba. Do the monkey with me. Johnny Bravo, anybody? Yeah. Ah. YouTube messaging was awesome. I used to regularly contact friends internationally. Yeah. I don't know why they took that away. No hoodie today? No. All my hoodies got drool on them because of these girls. All my shirts and hoodies just over my shoulder. So much drool. All day. All day drool. USS Sniper. Okay. Let me see if I see you on there. Messages, requests. I have no message requests, and I don't believe I ignored anybody. USS Sniper. USS Sniper. Or maybe it's in general. Nope. What the heck? USS. US Sniper, sorry. Sniper Wolf. I don't see a US Sniper in the search. Like when I type US Sniper in, all it comes up with is Sniper Wolf and some other Sniper Wolf fake account. Yeah, I think I spelled it right. But we'll figure it out. Yeah, what the heck? I don't have any... Oh, wait. There it is. It loaded. I don't see... Yeah, I don't see a US Sniper here. Yeah, sorry. But, do you have Discord? I tried to add you, says unavailable. Yeah, that's weird. It might be a weird thing with my account since it got deleted at one point in time. The B570 was sold out on the page and shuffled day of 9/15. Oh, it's sold out. We're gonna sell the game, keep the GPU test. Okay, so the deal's over. Dang. Yeah. Oh, you're US. Oh, okay. I see. Got it. Got it. Got it. Yeah, I'm gonna thumbs you up. Sounds good. I will hit you up after the stream. I was right, Twin B. No, she's actually Twin A. Because she's the older one. Twin A is the first one to come out. 3080 are starting to get to creep under 300 bucks. Is going to be used budget meta. Yeah. I think for that price, it's really good. Even if it's a 10 gigabyte version, it still stomps. Hey, what up, Kryptonic? How you doing? Good to see you. What if one baby's AMD and one baby's NVIDIA? We did do that one of the streams with the outfits that Daniel Hulan made for them. They have onesies that have NVIDIA and AMD logos on them. All right, motherboard. Yes, we do need to get to the motherboard. Backup has not arrived yet. So I'm going to have to give Lexi to Melissa. Wait, what happened? Test. Hello? Why does this thing buzz? Why did the video die? Test. I don't know why that happened. I don't know what that was. The battery's not dead on either of these, receiver or mic. But okay, we should be good. We should be good. It was 180. 179, I believe. Yeah, that was the price. I posted it in the Discord. Let me see. Oh wait. What just happened to the Firefox window? Oh my goodness. I accidentally closed it thinking it was Discord. Okay, give me 1 second. I gotta open up all this again. No, I had all the news articles pulled up. It looks like I'm gonna have to just research for them again. Okay. This is me from the stream. So, ooh, what is this? Johnsbow. Is this an AIO? 25 millimeter thick. Yeah, 240 ARGB infinity. Wait, are these just only fans? Yes, love. Are you getting bored of the tech talk in the chat? Are these fans only, or is it a radiator? It looks like they're just fans. I've not seen these before. I know. I mean, I've seen Johnsbow before, but what up, reluctant heroes? Another month and they'll be walking. Is that when babies walk at 5 months? Uh-oh. No, I thought it was closer to like 9 months to a year. They are flipping over now, so. Okay, so you want to give away some Corsair Vengeance Pro RAM? Nice. And then these fans? For sure. Information is uh, in the description for where to ship it. Address and everything. Though, I don't know when I'm gonna do a build that specifically would use the parts. People have sent me things, or donated parts, and some stuff I've used before, but some stuff I still have on hand that I haven't used yet. So it just depends on when the build timing is right. Also, before you send it to me, I highly encourage you to try to sell it and like make some money off of it. I feel bad like accepting donations from viewers, unless it's like the very last resort. I would much prefer people listed in their local areas and sell it and make some money, because like I don't need RAM and I don't need fans and stuff like that. So I'll use them if you send them to me eventually, or put them in builds and stuff that you know, go to other people. But yeah, definitely if you're, you know, if you would rather have the money, you should sell. Oh, hello. Auntie's here. Okay. Bye bye, Lexi. The backup has arrived. Okay. Now that my hands are free, I still got the baby toy down here. Let's talk about Corsair first, and then we will do the RAM. Or the motherboard. People are waiting on the motherboard. Wait, no. Test 1, 2. Okay, we should be good. I thought you sent the photos already. Feel free to send them in the stream submissions. Did we not take a look at them last week? I'm sorry. I have such a bad memory. Me, ever since having the girls, is like, stupid brain. But did you not send them in here? Yeah, if you didn't, I thought we were just trying to look at all the fans that you put in there. That's my memory of the conversation. But let's talk about this Corsair thing, since a lot of people have brought it up. Okay, so Corsair... Wait, what is going on here? Hey, what's up, Johnson? What is this browser that is not showing up right now? Oh, I didn't delete the browser. Okay, I see. It's because Firefox separates it. Here we go. So we got them all here. Okay. Corsair class action lawsuit. Corsair settles lawsuit over advertising XMP memory speeds, and you can get paid. The settlement covers any... You had to be in the U.S. I guess your receipt had to be like to a shipping address in the U.S. bought from a U.S. retailer between 2018 and I think it was like July 2025. So up to a couple of months ago. So... If you ever shop for the best RAM, you've seen speeds, okay, DDR4, 3600, 6400, even higher. Those numbers represent the rated speed. We're all familiar with this, right? The concept of when you buy RAM anywhere, let's see, like DDR4, 3200. The RAM, like this right here. Oh, look, the first one's a Corsair. But this speed is only achieved after you go into the BIOS and enable like the XMP or AMP or basically the profile. It by default runs at 2133 for DDR4, and then is it 4800 for DDR5? I forget what the default is, but however, these speeds aren't the default operating mode. They're overclocking profiles, which require manual enablement in the BIOS. Your CPU does not officially support them, and sometimes your motherboard does not have them on the qualified vendors list, so they don't work. But so there's a complaint titled McKinney et al. Versus Corsair. What is the complaint? Who is this person? Like, who is the person who like sought after this? Was it like a single person or like an entity? Corsair's ad. Oh wait. Corsair's ads promises that its memory will run at the advertised speed out of the box, and that will do so reliably. These representations are not qualified. And see, reading through these, I have for the most part had good luck with memory XMPs, like enabling them and getting the rated speeds. I don't think I've ever run into a combination of motherboard, CPU, and memory that I was not able to hit the rated speeds. But I do tend to buy pretty standard speeds. I don't ever go for anything super high, like high frequencies. I usually go for the stuff that like 3200 CL16, maybe 3600 CL18 for DDR4. And then for the most part, I stick to 6000 or slower speeds on DDR5. So, but even then, you could have problems with getting them to run at that speeds if you're kind of unlucky with the combination of whatever you pair. So I guess, so their complaint is that it doesn't run it like that out of the box. And there are people who aren't into computers and aren't as enthusiasts or like knowledgeable about going into BIOS, and that could be like daunting and intimidating. So to me, I kind of feel like this lawsuit, and maybe is this from am I sitting from a position of privilege where I think this is kind of not a big deal? Do you guys think this is a big deal? I'm not trying to defend Corsair by any means. I don't know. Are they $1 billion company, or are they just like a millions of dollar company, like $100 million company? Whatever it is, I'm not trying to defend big corporation here. I'm just saying though that I would have never thought this lawsuit to even be a thing. That they're getting in trouble for doing something that pretty much every other memory manufacturer does. Like every memory manufacturer, I guess I don't have a well, give me 1 second. I might have a Corsair box somewhere. Let me see. I do. Okay, so we got like a Corsair DDR5 kit right here, and then a Team Group one right here. So like both of them have their rate. Oh, there's DDR4. Sorry. So both of them has. These are empty, by the way. I just am a hoarder and I keep boxes. So yeah, they have the rated speeds on here. Let me see. See, the thing is, on this box, it's not like it's, regarding the speed, it doesn't, nothing on here specifically addresses or says you're guaranteed to hit the speeds. It just has the speeds on here, you know, because it has the profiles baked into it when you put in your motherboard. But similarly, this Team Group one also does not specify. Oh, supports Intel. Okay, it does. It says supports, yeah, XMP, one-click overclocking. Oh, is that? Can you guys see this? You probably can't see the text. It said, oh, you can kind of read it. You see that right here on the English? One-click overclocking. Maybe that's the difference. So maybe all the other memory manufacturers actually are kind of saved because of putting something like that. Optimized for Intel. Yeah, this one specific. This one says one-click overclocking. This one does not. So I don't have other RAM boxes on hand, or I don't want to go run and dig for them. But I guess I was wrong. That statement that I said pretty much every other memory manufacturer does that. Team Group, I think, specifies. Tenmei Fanati says, why is this news? It's news because people can get free money. Okay, so let's take a look at it. Because... So, yeah, that's the main issue. I don't know who is doing the suing, or... If you look at it, the legal fees are kind of crazy. Do they not show the breakdown? But basically, it was a $5.5 million lawsuit. I saw the attorney's fee was like over $1 million. And then there's other attorney expenses that was undetermined. So after they, like, you know, take all the money and pay their attorneys for their expenses and their time and stuff, there's going to be leftover amount of money that's going to get divvied up, I believe, between everybody who applies for this thing. So let me go to. Do they have the link? You purchase qualifying. Look at the name of the lawsuit: DDR4 and DDR5 desktop memory speed settlement.com. So if you go to this website, okay, does this have the breakdown a bit? You can submit a claim. So I've tried to do this. So this is how you get your money. And I don't know if I should be making this publicly known, but anyone who looks into this will know that you don't even have to have proof that you bought the memory, up to 4 kits of memory, I believe. Yeah, so you don't have to click this. I am including proof. You could submit this without any proof, without any invoices, without any receipts. Now that I said that, everyone's going to submit one regardless of if they bought memory or not. So I've tried to fill this out, and I thought I didn't buy any Corsair memory because I typically stick with like Team Group and other cheaper brands. But turns out I did buy 2 sets of DDR4 Corsair Vengeance in white. And but that's below the threshold of having to submit proof. So I tried to submit a claim and it didn't work. Like I did that, selected my PayPal account. It said it gave me a weird error. Let me see if I can post it in the Discord what the error message was. And I'm curious if other people got this error too. Let's see. Stream submissions. I think I took a screenshot of it yesterday. Okay, here it is. So this is the error I got trying to submit it yesterday. So I got this error 403. We have detected inconsistency with your submission and or interactions with the website. So looking up this exact message, I've seen other people post online. And some people said, I tried a different browser and it worked. I tried every browser I had, which is Chrome, Firefox, and Edge. It did not work. So I don't know. I didn't feel like emailing my submission ID to this email. I was just going to try it again. But if it doesn't end up working, I might have to just submit an email, which seems really annoying because the email thing seems like it takes you out of kind of like the more automated process. And now you're in like this manual pool of people who have to like, you know, have people read their email submission. So, but yeah, so that's the Corsair lawsuit. I think it's kind of like, I don't know. Again, not trying to defend a big company, multi-million, billion-dollar company, however much they make. But I didn't see it as too much of a problem to have like a whole class action lawsuit for. But okay, let's do some math here. Let's say the leftover is, let's do a calculator. So let's say and I did try on my phone. That's how I took the screenshot. Yes, so I tried on my phone as well. That's what that screenshot is from. So let's say you have 2 million. Let's say 2 million is left after all the lawyer fees and expenses and stuff like that. Let's say, I don't know, how many... let's assume everybody only submits for 1 kit, but, you know, a lot of people are gonna falsely submit like 4 with no proof, right? But let's just say how many people at 1 kit per do we think is gonna submit, or how many kits are gonna be submitted? Let's just say 100,000. What the heck? Why you do this? Divided by 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 3. So that would be a $20 payout if only 100,000 kits are claimed or submitted for. But let's say it's 1 million. That brings it down to $2 a person. No, don't add. Oh my god. This calculator. Why does my numpad not work with it? But if 1 million kits are spoken for in terms of this submission, or 250,000 people submit for 4 kits without sending proof, everybody gets paid out $2. So that's how the math works out. I don't know how much I want to like go through the effort of emailing Corsair for this, because I think it's going to end up being a few bucks at most. Okay. So you have been trying to sell those for a while. No luck. Got it. Okay. I mean, I'll take it off your hands, but try lowering it a lot. It should sell if you lower it enough. All the big name RAM brands do this. Now, I kind of want to check all the boxes. I'll see if I can dig up the boxes, and maybe next week's stream we can read through all of them. But yeah. What's next? Will someone sue because they got a Corsair Vengeance RGB RAM light enhancement kit and doesn't know how to have the memory inside? No, I think the enhancement kits, I think they probably clearly say this is not a RAM kit. Cammy Hudson says, Newegg is famous for sending me motherboards that don't work. Everything else has been great. Uh-oh. This might be a motherboard that doesn't work. Okay, so, we're 35 minutes in the stream. I said we were going to unbox this and pop it, like, power it on. I think I have everything here that I need to at least get into the BIOS. And let's try to update the BIOS. And hopefully I don't lose power and then brick the board. But, okay, let me read all the rest of the message beforehand. What up, Roland? How you doing? Asia Horse and NZXT have similar unibody frame. Yeah. The only thing about the unibody fans is if one goes out, you have to replace the whole thing. That's the only downside I can really think of. The upside is that, and you can't split the fans to, you know, let's say you have like an odd number and you want to put one in the rear and one up top. But the good thing is that less clutter in cable management, right? What up, Shauner? Let's see. Sorry, I'm getting caught up on chat. Team Group greater than Corsair. I will say, I'm pretty sure I've bought the most Team Group memory of any type of memory that exists. It's a BS lawsuit. I mean, gamers and computer builders are getting paid. If it claims out of the box running 3200 techie or not, it's not technically correct, so it makes sense to lawsuit. If you specify that you have to go into the BIOS, then not. Yeah. I mean, the whole lawsuit, it would take so long to read and try to digest on stream, but all the news outlets have kind of digested it. It boils down to, they say you have to hit that. Sometimes it doesn't hit that due to the combination of hardware you have, and it doesn't hit that automatically without you having to tinker around. So yeah, it just needs up to from now on. Yeah, I think, yeah. Just a little tiny font up to. Example has to be made to be clear. Yeah, and of all the companies, I mean, who's the biggest memory? I wouldn't say memory manufacturers, because we're not talking like Micron and Samsung and stuff like that. We're talking about the ones that slap their brands on it and sell the memory. You know, kits. And who are all the players do we have? Like Silicon Power, Corsair, Team Group, Oloy, G-Skill. Man, is there really not that? And then there's a bunch of like smaller ones, but I'm talking about like the big players in the US. But yeah, I feel like Corsair might be the biggest one. Time Tech. Oh yeah, Kingston. Yeah, but see, none of those I feel like are bigger than Corsair, or in terms of like both like brand presence and how much they bring in every year. Did we check out the Sapphire board yet? No, we're doing it right now. I get distracted, so. You submitted proof of purchase, so maybe I need to submit proof of purchase. Maybe so many people didn't submit proof that they had a limit to it. I don't know. We'll see. A lot of people say this is bad for the industry, encouraging sue-happy people to make stuff cost more. I don't know if it's going to make it cost more as a result. it's gonna make the companies more honest and transparent. And I don't think 5.5 million to Corsair is gonna all of a sudden make them increase their price of all their stuff. I could see in other lawsuits, I can't think of any on the top of my head, where it could make things cost more. But like this, all they need to do is change the print on the box. It's not like they have to redesign a whole thing or bring parts up to a certain standard, which costs more to manufacture and design, things like that, right? This is literally like the text on the box has to change. So I don't think it's this lawsuit in particular is that bad, but you're right. It could set a sue happy precedent that people are going to sue for other things, which I don't know. Usually, if you can win a lawsuit, usually, okay, we're not saying all lawsuits, right? OJ, as an example, but usually if you win a lawsuit, it should be justified. So. Yeah, package. I'm gonna get to that like near the end of stream because the motherboard. People waiting on the motherboard. I can't keep getting distracted. Okay, let's see. Corsair and G-Skill top dogs in the U.S. Yeah, I would not be surprised. Okay, where's my knife? Let's unbox this motherboard. People have been waiting. Okay, so we got the box from Newegg. No, plain. This is weird too because I got the tracking number. Tracking it the whole way, it said it came from California. But if you look on here, this is coming from Sugarland, Texas. You can't see it, but yeah, on the actual label itself, it says Sugarland, Texas. But when I was tracking it on the UPS tracker, the origin point was City of Industry, California. So I don't know what that's all about, but whatever. The board is here. Is it Sapphire based in Texas? Okay. Ooh, let's look at the packaging. We got some. Wow, this fit in the way that the bubble wrap squared up in here. Wait, what the heck is this? Okay. No. So this looks like it's straight out of AliExpress or something. Look at the bag wrapping. Yeah, this. I was just expecting, like most orders coming from Newegg. Is there anything else in the box? Yep. Wait, what? No. No. You're kidding me. It says B650. We bought the B850 board. No. Okay. This is about to be caught live on stream. Newegg, you better not have messed up. Look at this. And I'll show you my order too. So look, it says B650M Wi-Fi. Brother. Okay, give me 1 second. Dude, they were caught in 4K. Okay, this stream's not 4K, but... Oh no, I bought the B650. Wait. No, this is right. Bad memory. You guys were supposed to remind me. We specifically chose this because it was $100 cheaper. Yes, okay. Bad memory me. I tricked you guys too. Nobody caught that? Let me see. Did anyone catch it in the chat? It was 169. Yeah, it was 170. So here it is. Woo! That would have been pretty funny if Newegg did goof it though. Everybody has as bad as memory as me, apparently. We all went and looked at the board that we were going to buy and we chose and voted for it. But yes, I remember specifically now because it was like $100 cheaper, which is why we got the B650M. I'm sorry, Newegg. False flag. But yes, this was the final price. Okay, the zoom is not good, but 169. Okay, back to the unboxing. But so we got this straight up from, you know, Temu or AliExpress bag wrapping around the motherboard box. But it does say, interesting. On this, like, look at that. It does not say, or there's no indication that it's, you know, a B650 motherboard. So, And it's taped up all around, so I need to be very careful cutting this. Danny's about to sue himself for bad memory. Exactly. Alright. Look at this box. Okay, here we go. So we got the Nitro Plus one. I believe this was the most expensive one because there was the lower end board, then the Nitro Plus non-Wi-Fi, but you guys voted on the Nitro Plus with the Wi-Fi. Against my wishes. I wanted the cheapest board. But, alright, here it is. Here's the box. Let's take a look all around. Okay. It's a pretty, in terms of like the packaging, you know when you buy those machinist motherboards and they come in like generic boxes or like very like lack of information on the box? This is not that. So yeah, this is very, very similar to like you know, any of the other Gigabyte, Asus, ASRock board that you'd buy in the States. Okay. There is no sticker or sticky on it, so I'm just gonna open it up. We gotta open this up. Gotta get a CPU in here. Alright, here we go. What is this card? I don't know. Can anyone read this? Can anyone make that out? Probably just says Sapphire. Nitro, most likely. We will pull this board out. I don't believe I need anything else in this box. I don't even need the Wi-Fi antennas. Because we're going to plug it into... Actually, I'm not even going to plug it into the internet. Okay. Let's take a look at the board itself. Bum, 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 bum. Watch I drop this thing. Ooh. Oh, cool. You see that socket cover? It's transparent. It's clear. Let's see. The I/O. Why does this look like it has a little bit more? So it's got 7 USB Type A and then 1 USB C. Aren't B650s usually like 1 less? I'm not complaining, but yeah, this board is pretty hefty. And all the shielding on it and the heat sinks and stuff, very I don't know how to explain it. Like you can feel the weight on the wherever those are located. Anything special about this board? Let me see. If we look on the back. Nope. All right. Let's. So the plan is to get this thing fired up. Take a look at the BIOS because I've never seen a Sapphire BIOS before, and then update it because there was that issue that we couldn't find. We had to go to like the Chinese version of the website to find it. So last week, let me switch the camera view up. We gotta do this quick because I have a feeling this might actually take longer than expected. Doing this kind of stuff on stream always takes longer. So I've got. So what we're going to be putting in here is a Ryzen. I just pulled whatever AM5 I could from like over on my shelf. This is a 7400F. Not the best CPU, you know, to use compared to the 7500F. But it is what it is. Yeah, but here's a look at that clear cap. See, you can see my finger behind it. So pretty cool. I don't think I've used a motherboard with a clear cover before, so I will keep this one. And then for the cooler, I'm just gonna be using a which version is this again? There was the Wraith, the Spire, whatever the heck this thing is, because it has the nice easy clamps. I don't have to fasten anything down. The Prism, yeah, there it is. This is like the old, I think this is the one I got from buying a secondhand Ryzen 1700 or 1700X. This is the one that has like a separate USB connector to control the RGB. It's not even a RGB lighting on the fan. But yeah, we're just going to use this because it has a nice clamping system that doesn't require... I'm not trying to, like, you know, undo the back plate and do all that stuff right now. We're just trying to get this thing up and running quick. So, yeah, we're gonna put this Prism on here real fast. I don't even need a screwdriver. I was supposed to reach for the thermal paste. And then just so you guys can judge my, what do you guys think? I'm going with this regardless of what you guys say for the thermal paste application. Pea size drop ish. We're not really gonna do anything that's gonna kill the temperatures on this or, like, you know, cause it to run super hot. So we should be fine regardless. Okay. Putting this thing on, I always accidentally smear a little bit of the paste around. Trying to fit this. Come on. There it is. Got it. Boom. Clamped. CPU, fan. There we go. Nice and sturdy on here. You can shake it up and down. It's not going anywhere. What up, Lee Stacy? Thanks for the kind words. X for thermal paste. I actually never do the X. I sometimes spread you with a little spatula. But, like the X's and dots and stuff, I never do that. If anything, sometimes I go a little bit over. Just to make sure it has, you know, a little bit squeezes out on the sides. To make sure there's no surface untouched, but yeah, I don't know why I was never a fan of doing the X's and dots, even though I think for specific CPUs or generations that was the best or recommended. Okay, so these are single latch, which I don't know why some motherboards have single latch or some have double latch on the memory. So for the memory, we're using these Oloid blade mirror finish ones that has fingerprints all over them. This is the one that I picked up on the, is the most recent pickup video. Okay, we got the memory in. I need to get storage. We're just using like one of my benchmarking drives. Speaking of Kingston, here's a Kingston Fury SSD. Oh, let's take off this cover. And we can take a look at what's under here. Oh yeah, GPU. Because this is a 7400F, I'm using the GOAT right here. Yeah. Check this bad boy out. I love this GT1030. This is my slap it in a system and not have to worry about power cables. Okay. Okay, so this piece is nice and chunky. And the design on it, look at that. Dude, this is clean. I like this board. So we are going to oh, and the memory, or not the memory, but I'm not sure if you guys can see it. You see those, the little plastic pieces on that. I think that's a toolless M.2 installation. So no need for screws, which I'm a big fan of. I'm not going to put the heatsink back on because it's not needed. This drive's not going to run that hot. Oh, yep, it is toolless. Yeah, so there it is. Am I convincing people to want this board now? Let me get this graphics card on after. Let me see if this works so I can show a close-up of... Okay, hopefully it's not lagging too much, but yeah. There it is. So here is the drive. If I can rotate this out. Yeah, so there it is. Well, bam. Turn this. There it is. So we got the memory, got the cooler. He's got to put this graphics card in now. Trying to hold the camera as steady as possible because I know it can get very shaky. I gotta move this to the edge of the box. Okay, one hand is not gonna... I can't do this. I need both hands. I need to put this motherboard up to the edge so I could use that as a natural holder for the bracket. And if I wired everything correctly... Oh, I got the power supply too. I got this power supply sitting here for just for the job. Okay, let me see. I'm not going to plug it in yet until I get all these in. 24 pin. Don't need anything for the graphics card. Don't need anything for the drive. Just need the 24 pin and then the... What is it? Just 8 pin. There's 2 8 pins. For CPU power. See if I can find those on here. This power supply might just be a single one. Ooh. Hopefully this works with just a single. And I don't know which one is the primary one. It should work. The second one is usually just for like overclocking. But we'll see. We'll see if this works or not. I'm not sure if I have another power supply on hand that I could quickly swap it out. Alright. Everything in. The display. It's gonna be the moment of truth. I gotta plug in the peripherals. Give me 1 sec. Okay, keyboard, mouse. Just plugging in whatever. Okay. Should be good. Here, I'll give you guys a view of this. Hopefully this works. Alright, look at that. Test bench. Okay, where is... On this one, front panel. Okay, here we go. Wait, did I flip the switch? The switch is flipped. Yeah, I need a bigger screwdriver head. There it is. Okay, now you guys should be able to see the BIOS if my capture card picks it up. So we're hoping this thing, which is hooked up to there, picks it up. I might have to switch. So you see, I just put the single 8-pin connector there. There we go. I think it's... Yeah! Okay, let's see. Okay, where's my keyboard? But you guys should be able to see on this if it comes through. Come on. Come on. Yes, there we go. Now you guys don't have to watch it through this crappy... No, don't go... Oh, I wasn't fast enough. Give me 1 second. I need to... Where is the camera? Camera. Off spot. Here we go. This announcement. Here we go. Okay, since it's a different motherboard, it's trying to get the devices ready for the SSD. It is alive. Sapphire should send you a matching Nitro Plus GPU. So I did end up buying not a Nitro Plus, but a Nitro 9070 from Newegg, the brown box deal one. Okay, I gotta reset and get into the BIOS. Hopefully I can be quick enough. Does a 9950X run on that board, bro? I wouldn't be surprised if it could handle it. A 9950X overclocked, maybe not, but just running at stock settings. Okay, so we do see the BIOS. Nice. I mean, we can set this, sure. Okay. So what BIOS version is this? So this is like is this the basic mode? Advanced mode. Okay, here we go. So this time is not correct. Today is not the 18th. So whatever time zone, this is in the future. For me anyways. Because it's Wednesday, my dudes. Let's see. So the first thing I want to do is look at... I mean, everything looks pretty standard. Okay, we have the XMP set. Resizable bar enabled for G decoding. Where is the... I'm not going to run anything yet. I want to update the BIOS, but I'm trying to set... Where's the F7? Where's the BIOS version? PBO. This is all going to reset once we update the BIOS. Does it not say? Oh, here it is. Version 301. There's no date on it, though. Okay. Let me see if... Where's the flash? Easy screen. Where do you go for... I'm trying to think. Where's BIOS? Oh, here it is. BIOS flashing utility. Okay. So it just does it here. Okay. Got it. So let me go and download the BIOS. Let me see what version that is. Sapphire Nitro Plus B850 Wi-Fi. See if I can find the motherboard here. Okay, is this the board? This is not the board. Where is the board? Motherboard Nitro Plus. Bro. Huh. Are we not going to be able to find the official page? Is it this one? No. No. Well, I mean, it is this board. But Sapphire, your website, why is it not listed here? Yeah, okay, so you said go to Chinese website. Okay, we'll try that. Translate, please. Okay. Main board, DIY board, Nitro, B650. Yeah, what? Why would they do this? B650M Wi-Fi. Okay, is this one? Bro. Learn more. Here we go. So, yep, this is the exact board. Okay, so where's my auto translator at? Where did that go? Translate, please. Okay, we got the translation. Download, here we go. Okay. BIOS. What's the two different versions? So R13, R14, R20. Now, what version did we have over here? Let's go back to this real quick. BIOS version V301 AM50K 30 R09. Okay, so do they even have that one here? R11. So I guess they don't have the. What if you wanted to go backwards? Like if you wanted to flash, because I see R11 here, R13, R14. We'll get the newest one. But yeah, surprising they don't have the base one that it comes with. It doesn't look like. Yeah, so we'll grab this one. Let's see, what did he do? So updates. When's the release date? This was May 24. Was the latest BIOS update? Wait, wait, what? You guys seeing this? Just looking at. Okay, I don't want to mess this up. Maybe this is a type. Oh wait, no, May 2025. Wait, huh? The date is wrong, right? Okay. Yeah, because, yeah, all these are 2025 dates. I don't know why it would write it like this. This is so strange. All these are written in numericals, and then they decided to go May 6, 24. Anyways, we'll get this one. Wait. No, we'll get this one. What? Sorry, I got confused by the lines, or I got mixed up. Yeah, we'll get this one. This one's September 10th. Okay. Let me put that onto some flash drive. And then we could hold our breaths while I do this BIOS transfer. Or not BIOS transfer, but BIOS flashing. And hope that I don't goof. Okay, let me put a thumb drive in. Okay. So let me go and grab that real quick. So that is we're getting the R20. The BIOS should be in English, is what everyone is saying. Okay, so we got that. Back to here. I don't know if it's gonna read or I'm gonna have to reset real quick. If it's gonna just detect. Usually it does without resetting, but we shall see. Okay, so the thumb drive is in. And then, why can I not click these? It's so slow for some reason. The mouse and keyboard, here, let me see. These are wireless and they are kind of crappy, so that might be the reason. Okay, yeah, that might be it. Okay, flash utility, select image file. Nope. Update image. Nope. Okay, we're gonna try to reset. Oh, here we go. Okay. Advanced mode. Okay, you're just not gonna... Huh. Alright, am I missing something here? Maybe I will switch to a USB... I will switch to a different port. Hello? It is not detecting it. Do I have to change? 1 second. Maybe I have to change, SATA, no. USB configuration, here we go. Okay, legacy support, okay. Yeah, this all should be mass storage device, okay. Delays and timeouts. Transfer times out. Device reset timeout. Isn't there a specific USB you have to put the BIOS in? Let me take a look in the back. I don't think they don't specify it. Oh, huh. There is one next to the BIOS update button. I'll try that one. But I don't think I remember ever using a motherboard that needed the thumb drive to be stuck in a specific USB port in all my years of updating BIOS on motherboards. But we'll try it. How might need to format FAT32. Yeah. Oh yeah. I have another one. So let me try this one more time. Come on, come on, just work. Just work. Huh? Nope. Okay. Let me try. Well, let me check to see if this is formatted as FAT32 to begin with. I do have another BIOS thumb drive that I can use that should be. Okay, let's see. I have some important stuff on here that I cannot delete, so I'm going to change it to this one, make sure it's FAT32, and transfer it over. Unless this has important stuff on it, too. Yeah, it wasn't formatted as FAT32. Okay, yeah, this one just has a bunch of BIOS, which I do not care about. I can just delete it, properties. This is FAT32, so I don't have to, yeah. So this actual, I marked them BIOS, and this one actually was formatted. Okay, let me drop this on here. Let me make a folder. Old, and drop everything so I don't get confused. Even though it should auto detect it. Extract all. Okay, here. Should I bring the files to the... I'm going to bring them to the highest level on the drive. Okay, here's all the files. Let's go. Okay. We're good. We try it again. There is a BIOS button, but that's usually for flashback if you don't have like a CPU and RAM and stuff plugged in, right? No way they make you... Oh, yes, it's here. See? Wait, yep. So, yeah, it had to be FAT32. We got it. Okay. I should probably read the README to see which exact file it is. This is not... The README is not in English. Yeah, it's the bin file. It's the bin file. But the README is not in English. What? It should be this one. Yeah, because that's the... It wouldn't be the zip, and that's the one with the name or the BIOS version. Okay. Oh, so that's what these two buttons were. So one of them is, okay. I thought they had different functions. But yeah, so you select the image file and then you hit this to update. And then it's going to do its thing. So we'll let it do it. I hope. So this is where you clench your butt cheeks and hope the power doesn't go out for whatever reason. No option for saving the older one? Yeah. What's for dinner? I'm still eating that curry from last week. Hopefully it's still good. I have one more serving left of it. Lexi and Mia are doing well, yes. I don't know if they're napping upstairs or what, but we've got the family over, so they're just chilling. Maybe I'll grab them at the end of stream. By the way, related to the BIOS updates on any board, is it recommended to always have it updated? Or if it... I am of the mindset of if it works, just leave it for most people. Unless there's like a major... like you can read it in the notes. Let's take a look at this one actually while we wait. New BIOS... Oh, so we're going to get a new interface. Nice. Added X3D option. So like if... you need to update the BIOS to have support for using a newer chip or something like that. For sure, do it. Added curve, like this one, it seems like it's worth it. So add curve optimizer option, curve shaper option. So PBO related stuff. Added X3D support. I'm guessing, or I don't know, because this is the translated page. So this might be loosely translated from Chinese to mean something else. I don't. Let me see. Optimize, fix above 4G shutdown function. But the new BIOS interface, we should see. I guess now it's too late to do a comparison before and after. Whoops. But I would say for the board that you have specifically, look at the version you have and look at all the updates that came after and see if it's worth it for you. A lot of the times they update the the AGESA compatibility so that you get better like stability with RAM and things like that, especially AM4, AM5. A lot of the updates always had like a AGESA update. So for this one specifically, fix security options for stability. It seems like these were worthwhile. Added new memory compatibility. But if you have a working system and you're like not throwing in new RAM or not throwing in a new CPU and stuff like that, and your system just works, then I would say if it's not broken, don't fix it. That's my mentality. And I typically don't do beta BIOS. I feel like if it's important enough, they'll get the full release. So I don't mess with that. I think for the most part, it usually is fine. But again, I'm already on the mindset of you don't need the newest one if it's not broken. Okay, so this works. Press any key to reset. All right, let's see what this new interface looks like. Always, always, always update the BIOS, period. I feel the same way about drivers, too. And this is... What I'm saying is not what I do. I always personally update the BIOS because I'm comfortable doing it. And, you know, if something goes wrong, I feel confident enough that I can fix it. But when people are, like, asking me for help, and the fact that they're asking me for help in the first place, it makes me feel like, okay, they might not be as comfortable with all this stuff. And if something goes wrong, they might not be able to fix it easily. So I recommend for other people, if you have to ask the question, I would say just leave it. But typically, for all my systems and for all the systems I build for people, I update to the latest BIOS. Just because it sets them up for success should they want to plop in a new chip down the line or, you know, change anything up. Ooh, look at this. This is a huge interface change. Wow. Okay, so we are in basic mode, it looks like. Wow. This looks way nicer. Okay. So let's see. Favorites. Okay. Click a star next to a setting and it will be added to here. Oh, let's test it. Wait. Let's see. Advanced. Oh, let's see. I'm clicking the stars. Wait. I'm clicking it. But, oh, okay. Yeah. Is this... Okay, here we go. Nice. So then you can have a favorites with all those settings. Ah, okay. We can go to this advanced. And, so you go to advanced, but you still have to go back here to look at it. Or is it going to be under the overclock tab? Okay. So yeah, this looks... Ooh. I actually like this a lot. Dude, this looks way better than the typical, like, MSI, Asus, ASRock, all those other motherboard manufacturers. Well, this is easy mode. Where's the... Or I think this is... Wait. Is there an advanced and easy mode? Usually down here, you can switch between the two. But this might just be it. Huh. Yeah, I'm not seeing a toggle to go between easy and... I mean, I feel like dashboard is the equivalent of easy mode. Hardware status, okay. Try pressing F6, even though it's not down there. Okay, F6. Nope. That is not it. Okay, so performance profile, okay. So if we turn this on, can we select that? No. So we have to go to advanced for that. Is that even in here? Smart access memory enabled. Okay. So one thing I like about this, you guys notice how for each like category, there's tabs on the top instead of like super tiny font, like a tiny list that you have to click on typical ones. Like this is spaced out pretty nicely. And each of these categories, for some reason, I don't know why I like each of these categories broken out horizontally instead of the typical small font vertical list, if you know what I'm talking about. But okay. So let's go to overclock and see what we can do here. So we enabled the XMP. Oh, so for overclock, yeah, so each of these has their own horizontal tab. Okay, so all the settings are here. So I did enable it here, and then, yep, it put on the Expo 6000. Okay. Alright, let me see what chat's saying. It's super straightforward, actually usable UEFI. Yeah. I like this. And then, yeah, with all the descriptors down here. I don't know. I think it's just like a change of scenery compared to this BIOS that we've seen for like years now. And then what is this? So let me status. So the single CPU fan settings. So let me see. So none of these are set. One of my biggest gripes is when you set fan curves. Define. Let me see if I can set this. When you set fan curves and trying to like set them to all the fans on other motherboards, it's kind of a pain. So let me make this like a super quiet exponential ramp up where like it's pretty much not doing much until you reach so let's see, I got 70 degrees, let's be 40%. At 80, let's say at 80 degrees is when we're like, okay, something's wrong or something's going on. Let's ramp it up to like 70%. But let's get like a nice, like pretty quiet while it's idling. Let's round out this curve a bit. Can I move this over? I can. Okay. So max out at 90 degrees. It should be running at 100%. Okay. Now apply to all. Let's see if this actually works well. Alt F4 activates advanced mode for the BIOS. Wait. No, I want you to apply to all. Or does that only work for the chassis? Or maybe something has to be plugged in, huh? Actually, I have fans. I have a fan. Let me plug it in. Okay. I have a fan. I'm going to plug it into chassis fan 2. I'm going to plug into chassis fan 2. Okay. So it's on now. See if this is now detected. Okay, there it is. So chassis fan 2 is reading right now. I'm not really tuning the fans. I'm just playing around with the BIOS. Nope, it didn't apply to all. Interesting. Okay. Let's look at the overclocking settings. So all this information, blah blah blah, drives. Okay. So if we go to overclocks, PBO limits, scaler, manual. Okay. Curve optimizer. I just want to see what the UI looks like for that. Graphics. Okay, here we go. Graphics curve optimizer turns on. Positive magnitude. Okay. I don't know anything about the 7400F. I've never played with it. In terms of like what are pretty average values that you can get. Oh yeah, okay. Yeah. Nope. Yeah, you're right. Where's the CPU curve optimizer? Yeah, so that's for iGPU. Good call. I was thinking that it would actually show like more of a UI to mess with the settings. The motherboard does have resizable bar. CPU. Am I... Okay, here we go. Misclick. Increases maximum CPU frequency that may be automatically achieved by the Precision Boost 2 algorithm. Shift the voltage, yeah. Okay, I mean, we could just test it as is right now. Okay. Let me save. We need a sticky note to write down the numbers. I think I have Cinebench on this drive. Cinebench takes a while though. Maybe CPU Z. I think this is also a Windows 10 drive. Oh, okay. Let me go to hardware info real fast. Why is this fan is going crazy? It should not be running this hot based on that fan. Maybe it's the fan control software. Discard, go away. Let's see if the fan calms down. There we go. Sensors only. Okay, oh, here we go. Minimum test duration off, okay. Is there any... I'm just gonna not... Whatever is on, I'm gonna exit that. But whatever's on is on. I'm not gonna try to, like, make sure every program is off because it's gonna be the same testing environments. Alright, we'll do a couple of runs. I feel like Cinebench has kind of wild swings. Oh, there's the fan. What are we running at temperature-wise? Oh, we're at 95 degrees. Yeah, probably shouldn't be running all-core workloads on Prism with somewhat questionable pea-sized thermal paste. But are we throttling is the question. Thermal throttling, no. We are not thermal throttling. We're just running really hot. Windows 10, really? Hey, this is one of my benchmarking drives. I have a Windows 11 one too. This is just a Windows 10 one. And it's still good till October. $12,863. So we'll run it again. The temps drop. What is the idle? So it's idling based on that fan curve I set at. If the font's too small, I apologize, guys. So that it's sitting like 52. No, it's going down. Is it gonna go down to like 40 something? 51. Looks like we might float at 50-ish. Gonna do another run. Oh, it went down to 49.8. Wait. Do we have Elijah from LMG in the house? Boca Bola? Dang it, my thing is not showing. Give me 1 second. The comment highlighter is not on that scene. Test bench scene. There we go. I recognize, well, that name and that the profile pic. Hello, no, wrong guy. Dang. Okay, it's not. It's just a fake. It's a faker daker. $13,089. Wow. From 12,860 to 13,89. That's a spread of over 200 out of 13. Let's see. 200 is 1/5. Divided by 13. What percent is that? Let me run this and I'll do the quick maths. We'll do an average of 3 runs. So that score, 13,089 divided by 12,863. Okay, that was like a 1.7%, or if we rounded to 2% difference in score. Okay, so that's within like noise-ish level. I don't know. Cinebench, it's really hard to get consistent scores over multiple runs. This isn't connected to the internet, so it's not like it's updating in the background or anything like that. The system should be kind of settled in with regards to anything loading up. That score is way better than my 8500G, says Peckish. What do you get? And are you running Cinebench R23 as opposed to, I don't know, what is it, 2024? Or what is the newest one? I still like R23. Yeah, we didn't get to meet much of the team, unfortunately. Like, you know, especially a lot of the front-facing on-screen talent, I guess you would say. We met a lot of, like, the behind-the-scenes people, but, yeah, I think, I mean, what is it? It was a Friday, right? So, are people typically on vacation on that day? It was a long Friday, too. I think we made the WAN show late that day, but the WAN show is always late, so I don't know if we were the cause of it. 13,000. Well, it would have been great to meet you. All right. Well, I mean, and that score is kind of in between the other two. Let's see what the peak temperature was. 95.2. Technically, if we do a negative offset, we could run cooler and with higher boost clocks, right? And improve the score. Whoa. Did I know that you're in one of my videos almost 3 years ago before you worked at LMG? Wait, what video is this? I did not know that. Also, were you at PAX this year? This is the maximum CPU frequency that may be automatically achieved. Wait. So, do I not set like a negative offset with this? Do I just increase the max the frequency can go, and then it'll automatically tune those? Asking PC gamers. Wait. Oh, dang. That sucks. Yeah, I was running around well, I was there Saturday, Sunday, getting like a ton of those. Okay, I gotta pull this up now. Because Elijah's here. And the one, that packs that you were talking about, that was where we were all wearing masks, right? I think that was the only other one I did a video on. The other ones I just made shorts out of it and didn't make like a long compilation. Yeah, okay. No. I can't find it. Oh, I think this might be... Maybe I linked the full... Jeez, this is so loud. We gotta find this. There it is. Okay. 17-minute mark. 17-minute mark. That's crazy. And this, you said this is before. Oh my, wait. Oh my god. You're actually like in it. First of all, the masks, definitely. But also, I don't remember everyone's face, especially years ago. Wow. When you said you were in it, I thought you meant you were in the background or something. Wow. I haven't gone back to watch this video, like, basically since I've uploaded it. Of course, I was a nobody yesterday. Okay, wait. I don't even remember what the response was from you guys. Was it a quick one? Because some of these, I don't, like, put the full response.
I'm NVIDIA.
NVIDIA, and then same preference towards one or the other.
Probably NVIDIA. It's just what I've always had.
It flip-flops depending on the year.
NVIDIA.
NVIDIA, and you?
NVIDIA as well. I've always ran NVIDIA. I never had an AMD to compare.
Okay.
That's, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, same scenario. I just stick with NVIDIA. I would give AMD a shot. It would honestly depend on what is kind of out at the time for price to performance.
Okay.
Exactly, yeah. The price to performance is really what matters to me. NVIDIA. Preference.
Wow. My mind is blown. You're a changed man now? Oh my god. Wow. Wait, so when I interviewed you, were you aware of who I was at the time? Because every time I interview people, I tell them after, like, hey, I do YouTube, this is my channel, you can check it out and stuff like that. And sometimes I do run into people who already watch the channel. I think at PAX, most of the time, people don't know who I am, and they only find out about me after the fact. But, this blows my mind, actually. Yeah, and that's fine. Like, I'm the same way. I am very aware of a lot of people in the tech scene, but, you know, it's hard to watch, like, a million different channels that exist on a regular basis. But, wow, okay. That's so cool. Well, I'm glad you stopped by the stream and pointed that out. I saw you followed me on Instagram. I was like, oh, that's random. Why did Elijah follow me all of a sudden? Because I mean, I knew that you probably knew we were in the office and stuff like that. But thanks for the follow on Instagram, by the way. Which everyone else, if you guys aren't following me on Instagram and you have Instagram, please follow me. I'm trying to rebuild my account after being wrongfully having it terminated years ago. And I know you are streaming pretty regularly now too, Elijah. So and you're kind of killing it on that front. So keep it up, man. Instagram. Dang it, I know. It should be in the description though. I have a beg, please follow me on Instagram right down there in the description. Okay. All right, what are we doing here? Okay, so to be honest, guys, I usually just enable PBO because auto doesn't do anything, right? You usually have to like manually enable it and let it do its thing. I don't play a ton with the offsets and curve optimizers. I either do that or I usually just do straight up core like frequency overclock. Just if I want to push a CPU like and I don't really care about like the power and all of that. Increase voltage as well. I usually look up for any given chip, what people say are the safe voltages. Set it to that, maybe a little bit under, and then try to push the frequency as much as possible. But what do you guys want to see me do on this very limited cooler that we have? All right. So HDZ77 is I put PBO to advanced, PBO limits to the motherboard. Okay. Thermal throttle manual. Where the heck was that? Okay. 85, boost clock 200. $90. I'm okay with going 90. This is the board of the people. You guys funded this. So, max boost override. I mean, is there I guess if we go higher than 200, like if we go 250. Oh, 200 is the max. We're going plus 200. Oh, here it is. Nope. Wait, curve optimizer. Come on. Where's the... Yeah, we're all core. Come on. Why is my mouse moving phantomly? This wireless keyboard. My goodness. Okay. Alright, looks like we got multiple people for -20. Right click and escape is exit, so I think we should be good. Okay. Alright. Oh yeah, so temperature wise, it was 95 degrees. Like maybe like 95.8. This is the updated BIOS barreling. It looks way nicer. Your 8500G just got 11215, peaking at 71. Oh my goodness. Is this fan coming through the mic? Okay, let me give it a second. Anything else loading up? I think that might be it. Oh, we'll open hardware info too, just to make it a apples to apples run, because this takes some amount of resources, as little as it may be. Does the color of the heat sinks on that Sapphire board match your Nitro 9070? I don't know yet. My 9070 has not come in yet. I don't know what that thing looks like. Actually, no, I didn't get the Nitro. I got the Pulse. Yeah, it's not going to match, actually. I know what it looks like. It's this one right here. But I'm not going to be using them together, so it doesn't matter. I'm doing a black build with this one. Yeah. Sorry. Did I say I got a Nitro? If I did, I misspoke. I just got like the base Pulse model. Okay, we are idling at the same, about 50 degrees. Let's do this run. Let's look at these temps. 90, 90.2. Is that what we're gonna cap out at? It's actually not increasing any more than that. So we got a 5-degree benefit because, well, we capped it at 90. Yeah. Will y'all get any pets for the girls anytime soon? I don't know. We would get cats, but Melissa is very allergic to cats. I don't know if the girls are gonna be allergic or not. 13,399. Okay, that's already compared to the highest run earlier, which was 13,089. That's 310 points higher, or divided by 13,089. A 2% increase. 2% looks like the magical number of the day. %, full free. Well, that might have been an outlier. We gotta do the 3 runs and see what the range is. $170 for this board though. So this isn't the cheapest board you can get, especially for the B650 chipset. There are plenty of boards that are around like 150, 160 range. I will say though, the BIOS is pretty nice. And the board itself, like, it feels more heavily plated and cladded with all these, like, you know, gigantic heat sinks and stuff like that. So I think if you care about that and don't mind spending another 20, 30 bucks on the motherboard, it could be worth it. 13424. Oh, it went even higher. All right, let's do a third run. Cinebench is just warming up, that's why. All right. So yeah, the second run was higher than the first. And we're almost a whole 400 points higher than the highest one from before. 3% full free. That BIOS is worth 170 on its own, lol. Glad you like my PBO BIOS settings. Thanks for the cheat sheet, HDZ. Wait, what do you run these settings on? What's your what CPU and motherboard are you running it on? Keep in mind, this is a 7400F. So this is the one that has like the thermal paste and not like the liquid metal interface between the IHS and the die. So this one already runs about 10 degrees hotter regardless of configuration than a 7500F. So yeah, I didn't choose the best chip to throw on here, but hey, we're seeing improvements. 13382. Okay. What time is it? Oh, we're 2 hours in the stream. Well, I think we did what we wanted to do, except I did want to look at Peckish if he's still here. Build. So 13424 divided by 13089. We're comparing the maxes to the max. And yeah, 2.5%. Or, you know, we round up to 5 to 3. So, 2.5 full free delid when. I've never delidded a CPU before. Nor do I want to potentially mess it up. Nor do I want to... I guess you could probably 3D print a tool to do that, huh? Or use some... What is that? Those C-clamps if you are very adventurous. Okay. So, there's the board for you. I think it seems like a lot of people care about the BIOS. That's what people have been talking about the most in the chat, it seems. People were impressed with it and like how usable it actually is. So, yeah. They sell delated CPUs? Yeah, but what kind of gains are you getting versus how much more you're paying? If it's the same price, then sure. But the cost of actually doing it, for a lazy person like me, who's also cheap, I don't know if it's worth it. Knee Sweat says, "Sad I missed you at PAX." I asked the stream if anyone was gonna be at PAX, and no one said anything. Theoretically, it should be cheaper. Where are these delidded CPUs that you're finding for cheaper? Who in their right mind? I guess some people, they delid, check out the potential. If the potential's not there, they sell it at a discount. But I don't know. Where's a reliable seller that you can find delidded CPUs at? Also, apparently this is out of stock. I didn't even notice this when I brought this page up. But, so I bought this. It was $550. The only MSRP 9070 in existence right now. But mine should be here tomorrow. So, unfortunately, if it came today, I probably would have unboxed it and used it. But, dang, that sucks. Because this was in stock for, I feel like, over a week at $550. And maybe people are now catching on to it. You use that PBO setting for your 9800 XDD and the X670E Hero? Okay, nice. The Bauer sells them, but yeah, I assume they're more pricey. Okay, Peckish, where did you submit your build setup showcase? The PC for Nobe. This isn't a PC for Nobe. This is your PC. If you want to give it to me, I'll take it. All right, here's your current PC. Asking about populating the case. How many more fans did you buy? So I'm like, functionally, I'm pretty sure you've got a gigantic cooler on there. There's nothing obstructing this GPU from just naturally pulling in fans from the bottom. I think this case, like, this fan configuration works well on its own already. You are getting fresh air from the side. It's coming through, feeding the CPU. I don't see any problems with this. I'm curious, and I'm giving you homework, because I know you say you live in a very hot environment. Wait, did you already buy the fans? Or have they not come in yet? As for aesthetics, it's gonna be it's gonna be 110 whatever, right? But I need you to do testing with fixed fan curves, right? So you have to fix the fan RPMs, because if you don't, then depending on what the temperature is, they're gonna like adjust, right? So you gotta set them to whatever fixed RPM. I want you to test the settings as is with whatever benchmark you want to use. You can use a combined benchmark if you want. With this, and then with all the fans that you're gonna populate in there, because I'm curious too. I can't answer the question without hardware in front of me and testing it. All I know is that it works as is, and my gut feeling is, it's for the most part not worth spending more on fans unless you care about aesthetics. But for a temperature decrease, I want to know what the delta is. Like, how much will your CPU temp drop and how much your GPU temp drops. You did test in the winter? Don't test in the winter. Well, no, you got to test it in the summer, because that's why you're claiming you need more fans, because it's going to be 110 degrees. Whenever you do the test, just do it on the same day, so that the temperatures are relatively the same, and then fix those fan curves, and then do the exact same tests too. What do you use? Like, do you do like a Cinebench extended run, Prime 95, Furmark? Knee sweat. I'm a new fan. My homie put me on the LAN party vids. I'm local. Hopefully I sell something and get to meet you all. For sure. If you have stuff listed, the only issue is don't just be listing stuff cheap locally, because other people are gonna swipe it up. But I have run into viewers like a handful of times before. Yeah. Okay. Let me see. Ba-ba-ba-ba-bum. If only you live close by, I would give you my unfinished PC. Dang. I love taking in unfinished or old PCs and then, like, playing around with them. Brian says DeBauer is still learning, but he finally, and I mean finally, started designing hardware. Wait. Wait. What just happened? Why did that close? Okay. What hardware? When you say designing hardware, what hardware are you talking about? Der Bauer. How do you spell that? There it is. German. Is it on his website? What is it? Those thermal. Do any of y'all use those thermal sheets? I guess. What are those things called? Products. OC tools, merchandise, delated CPUs, OC brackets. Do we have to go to Thermal Grizzly's actual website to see it? He doesn't sell it on his own. Product. Where are those thermal pads? Where are they listed under? Oh, we gotta go to English. Cryo sheets. Yeah, but where are they on here? I've never used those cryo sheets. Is it under pads? No. Phase. Thermal pad, phase changing material. Oh yeah, here they are. They are under the pads. How much are these things? I've never used this before. I probably should. 20 bucks. That's why I've never used it before. I mean, it would save the hassle of having to use, because I'm always using rubbing, like, I have like a bajillion of these things with, like, you can see the thermal paste when I wipe it off with a bunch of like rubbing alcohol. It would save the hassle of that, but I've never handled one of these before. How durable are they? Like, is this pretty much going to last you, you know, forever? Or is it kind of, do these tear and rip easily? They're good for, yeah, they would be perfect so that I'm not constantly having to like wash my, you know, my rags that I use to wipe up with rubbing alcohol, but they rip easily. Just when I've seen the B-roll shots of, like, you know, the sponsored shout outs and stuff of them, they look pretty fragile, and I have a feeling I would be a clumsy person and just tear them. But also, see, it says durability is like a 10 durability, but if I easily rip it, then I don't know. Depends. Yeah, I'm talking about specifically the cryo sheets because this is pretty much the only one that, you know, you see often if you watch tech content, because they sponsor a lot of the you know, the popular channels. What else do they have actually? Oh, so they're the cryo sheet carbonate. Ideal alternative thermal phase. So then there's the carbonate. How much is this one? This one's a little bit cheaper. Do they have a comparison versus like the most popular? I could probably find YouTube videos, but I'm trying to find a quick answer here to not have to do that. But like, I'm sure there's channels that have tested this versus, you know, Arctic MX4 and 5 and stuff. PTM 7950. I like that number because that was the was it the HD 7950s. This stuff is a little bit gooier though, right? Silicone grease thermal pads. This stuff is like more, I guess, more malleable. How do I explain it? Like, versus these sheets. Like this, the way it's, just by looking at it. But this is reusable too. The resistance to drying out, yeah. Like a piece of nori. I like how you put that. Yes, like a piece of seaweed. Because I have a feeling all of them might rip that easily. No, not reusable. Oh, if it's not reusable, then I guess I'm way less interested. Then you said something about the minus pad. Thermal pads. Where's the minus pad? This one. So these minus pads, these are just for like on the, I guess they put these between on the different chipset VRMs as well as like on the graphics card, like graphics card VRMs. Yeah, here we go. These are way cheaper, but also I just use the generic stuff from AliExpress. If you don't clean up that's true. I have done this. I have scraped up, especially when you like go overboard and it kind of like squeezes out the signs up. I have used a spatula. Do I have a spatula on hand right here? I don't. But I have used a spatula and like, you know, scooped up or scraped back up thermal paste that's still, you know, wet, and reused it for the next CPU that I like swapped out. So I have done that. But I mean, come on, this thing is so cheap and lasts so long. There's no there's no reason to do it. I don't even remember when I bought this, but I probably spent like around $20 on thermal paste for the last 10 years. And given how much I constantly am swapping out CPUs and testing and stuff like that, that's not bad. That's almost cheaper than a sheet of Cryonaut. Opinion on ketchup and mustard PSU cables. As long as the power supply they're attached to doesn't suck, it's whatever. I mean, they're ugly, but who cares about ugly? Just if you have a case that doesn't have a side panel that's transparent, or you know, if you're just trying to not spend an extra, you can buy individual cables, and if you go on AliExpress, they're extra cheap. But like the 24 pin is probably the ugliest one, right? Because usually the 6 and 8 pin PCIe and then the CPU ones, they're usually at least black and yellow. But you get the ketchup and mustard in the 24 pin. But you could buy a 24 pin all black extension for like $5 or less on Amazon, and that can fix your problem. Like here, 24 pin black extension. I bought them on AliExpress for even cheaper, but that one's 12. Don't get that one. But yeah, these ones you can get, and they work just fine. I've used these on very cheap budgety builds just to get rid of the ketchup and mustard, but I didn't use this one. $7 is kind of expensive for what this is. You're already a third of the way to like a full cable extension set. If you're gonna do something like this, get it from like AliExpress. Omar Garcia says, friendly reminder to pay your taxes. Raphael Swinkles says, Garcia, shut up. Wait. What were we talking about? Taxes last week? Oh yeah, we were talking about when you buy from shops that don't charge you tax. I have not bought anything that made me pay tax after the fact, so all my taxes have been paid. I've paid all my taxes. So. Oh, when you sell privately? When's the last time I sold something privately? Can you imagine? Do you think there are people who are so straight-laced following the rules out there that even when they sell to their friend, they report it to the IRS? Like they sold their old computer to their friend or family, and they're like, "Oh, I gotta report this. This was a sale." Do you think people like that exist out there? Never. In Australia, tax is in the cost of the items. I don't know what countries where they like basically factor it into the cost, like there versus like separating it out like the US. Let's just say I have a great tax guy. Well, I think the 9060XT 16GB Steel Legend will fit in my build perfectly. Do you agree? Will it fit in perfectly? You mean like aesthetically or actually fitting in? This case can fit anything. Look at how much room you have. Aesthetically, yeah, I think it'll fit in well. Because you're going for an all-white build. So, yeah. The Steel Legend is a good-looking card. I like it. That's the one that I bought, actually, for a build that I did, for a white build. It's a good-looking card. All right, we are 16 minutes over the 2-hour mark. Let me see real quick if one of the twins wants to come down and say hi. If not, I will have to start wrapping things up, but let's see. Okay, apparently this one has been going crazy. I heard her yelling from upstairs. Mia's sleeping, so I can't grab her, unfortunately. Okay, you like to talk? I like to let people talk. I like to talk, but I like to let people talk. I don't know how Jackie Chan said that, but come on. Do your trick. Do your screaming trick. Are you just overwhelmed, overstimulated by all the screens? Yeah. Right. I just heard you screaming at your grandma. Okay, let's see. We will go to... Hey, what's up, Travis? How old? I got a 1-year-old. The girls are 4 months old. They are 4 months old. More beta print says, Danny, I need a GPU suggestion. I rebuilt a PC for a friend. i7 3770, 32 gigs of DDR3, GTX 970, 850 watt PSU. Thinking he can do a 90, 60, 16 gig and transfer to a new build when he has the budget. Yeah, that'll work. And that should get you some frame increases from the 970. I mean, and yes, you are thinking perfectly, right? I think the 9060 XT is priced well, and it's not like the super cards. Girl, are you trying to blind yourself? What are you doing? Don't look directly at the light. But the 9060 XT, I don't think there's that much of a threat of a like big price decrease, kind of like how the super cards are coming around the corner. So buying it now, putting it in the build just as is, and it's not super power hungry. It should use the same connectors as the GTX 970, like a single 8-pin. So that's not really a concern. And you have 850 watt PSU. And then transferring it to the new build once they update the whole platform with the motherboard, CPU, and RAM and stuff. I think that's that's fine to do. And it's kind of like, it's the easy to recommend more affordable card, because around it, aside from like the 8 gig version, right, the next step up from the 9060 XT is the $600-ish 9070 non-XT. So there's just a big gap there. And Nvidia side of things, I mean, there's the 5060 Ti's and all those, but they're like a decent, like $100 more for the version that you would want. So yeah, I think that you're fine with that choice. She definitely doesn't pay taxes. You don't pay taxes, do you? Can I just like... Okay, so one of the things that my mom did for us when we were younger was she opened up credit cards in our name and used them to buy things. Not like just whatever we wanted, but she used them to pay bills and stuff to start building our credit at a young age. You know, because we had like... we held a balance and we paid it off on time. This was my mom doing it for me and my brother. But like, how young can you apply for a credit card for somebody? Because you don't need ID verification, right? Like, you just need like a name, address, social security number, which they have. If I opened up a credit card in her name and started using it to buy stuff to start building her credit, then she would be paying taxes, technically. I would be paying the taxes, but it would be under her name. Yeah, so she added it to her card. I had my... I guess it's been so long, and back then, that was before like everything was done on the internet. I was under her card as a user with my own. So was I not actually building credit? Because I was not... There's only the primary account holder. I guess... What happens when you have like a joint account? Like me and Melissa have an account. But am I only really building credit if I'm the primary holder? Even though we both equally, like, you know, buy things and we pay with it for a shared account. I guess I don't know how that works out, building credit on like an account that's like has multiple users. You can't open up a card on your own till you're 18, but you can add a minor to help it build credit. Okay, so that's probably what she did. A minor? Like a not even a 1-year-old? Third gen i7 is kind of crazy. It is. It's crazy how it's still kind of capable. Are y'all gonna buy them twin birthday and Christmas presents? I think so. Kind of have to, right? I'm very excited for the release of the Asus ProArt 50 series cards. Is there anything special about the ProArt 50, like on the GPU side of things? I know the ProArt motherboards have like, you know, a lot more features than your average one, which is why they fetch at a higher price. But for graphics cards, is there anything special about ProArt cards aside from how they look aesthetically? Like, is there different, I don't know, ports or... I think all the ProArt stuff is typically not price to performance enough for me to look into and ever get. I had an i7 860 in my first PC I got for free with a R9 280X. I love the 280X. I love that R9 280, 280X, 290. Those cards were like what the budget scene was made of in the used market when I started YouTube. The HD 7950, 7970, 7850, 7870, all those cards. Like that era of AMD graphics cards, I like a lot. I need to revisit them. Does any of the twins pull all-nighters with you while you edit videos? No. They will wake up hungry in the middle of the night, and then I would have to stop editing, feed them, put them back down, and then get back to it. M.2 slot in the card and a USB-C for a monitor. Okay, so it does set itself apart feature-wise. M.2 slot in the card. Interesting. How many? Just one? Or like two? Couldn't get a bike for my 7850 or 7800 XT for 450. Added in title, had warranty, and sold. What? 450 was a fair price. Did I say 450 or did that? I feel like 450 for that card is kind of pricey, given I know it is better than the 9060 XT, but the price difference versus getting a new one with FSR4 support, it's weird. The 7000 series just retained their value so well. So good on you for getting 450 for it though. Yeah, twin girls. They're identical, so they kind of have to be, unless they're like a really rare anomaly, where the one embryo splits into two and one is. I think, like, I couldn't even find any real instances of that ever happening, but I think it's possible. Just one, sadly. Yeah. Oh, okay. So you guys, did you guys see? I finally actually built the server, or let's just call it a NAS. Can I call this a home server if all I use it for is a NAS? I'm not really doing like, you know, running virtual machines and custom game servers and stuff, but it's running. I've been migrating the data and stuff. So I need to do all that. I've been recording the process. So I need to, that's not going to come out this weekend because that's no way. I'm thinking next weekend I'll release the video on my home NAS, my first DIY NAS / home server. Is it network attached and used for storage, or does it serve you? It serves me by doing that, yeah. Run some contain. So I'm still getting caught up on all the terminology and stuff. Like when you say run some containers, let me look at my so I did go unraid. Let me look at my unraid dashboard. Wait, no. Okay, so you're saying run some containers. What does that even mean? You're not talking about the Docker and the apps, right? Remember, guys, I'm a noob. Oh, yeah, you're right. It is a file server. Okay. But I do have so I did end up running. I'm gonna run 2 parity. I turned off parity because to transfer the data, it's way slower if those are enabled. So I disabled those, transferred the data, and then I'm gonna turn them on and do the parity check and stuff like that. But so I have 2 drives in parity, 4 as part of the array, 12 terabytes each. So 6 12 terabyte drives, 2 which don't add to the whole storage amount because of their parity. But of the 48 terabytes I have available to me, I filled about 24. So I filled up half of them already. So this was me going from like a 14 terabyte NAS with a 14 terabyte MyBook and like a 4 terabyte passport, condensing everything into one, and then now I can clear all the other stuff and get some redundancy. Apps running in Docker are called containers. Okay, so that's what I thought they had to do something with Dockers. Yes, I am running. What am I running? Oh no, what happened? Fatal boot device error. What? This means your boot device is corrupted or has dropped offline. The rest of the unraid area will be unaffected. Huh. Okay, I need to check what happened. Your license key is corrupted or missing. Did I bump the thumb drive or something? Uh-oh. But I am running a couple of those, I guess, apps. Like QStatDir, which is like the directory organizer, visualizer thing. I have one that tries to detect duplicate files because I'm pretty sure I have a ton of duplicate stuff. And then I have one that recycling bin is one because apparently this doesn't have a recycling bin by default to undo any of your accidental deletions. But yeah, I'm slowly learning of like things I want to use with it. So that's a lot of homework. Yeah, 48 terabyte homework. My cert or my what's it called? My share is called homework. The share is called homework on it. I'm even more noob. What's a Docker? I don't know how to explain it well because I'm still new to it. But I don't know why they need all these special terms and stuff. Why not just call it apps or like files or like programs within? You know, that's essentially what they are. They're like programs within the Unraid OS. But there's probably a reason why they have special names for them because they could be distinguished from actual programs and apps and stuff. But yeah, a lot of every time I look up something when I need to figure something out for using Unraid, I find these forum posts that people are just using. Like here, let me see if I can do a perfect example of this. Sorry, Lexi. I know you're bored of listening to all this stuff. So, Unraid, how to effectively copy large amounts of data to array, right? So just something I'm trying to do. And then, okay, like, look, there's this post. Any recommendations for transferring large amounts of data, which I actually had to do. You're like, because normally in Windows, you open up your two locations, one where you're getting your file from, and you're copying it to another. Okay, so let's just read this post, right? I apologize, this question was done to death. I've done a bit of research and everyone seems to have a different answer, and some software is not free. Would using a simple terminal copy-paste be sufficient? I'm copying 25 terabytes. That's kind of what I did from RAID 10 to my new Unraid build. Okay, so this paragraph I understand, right? Now let's look at this answer. Patience is the first word I would give you, okay? Yep, it took me like a few days to migrate all my data. Since you have RAID 10 server, I would set up an array of disks that are not... And, okay, this is what I did too, so I understand what this sentence means. Yes, I disabled or unassigned the parity drive, so it wouldn't take long. This is what I was just telling you guys about. This will about double the transfer rate, which is what I saw when the data's been transferred, assign parity disk, and build parity at that point. Okay, so this is actually understandable. But what I'm trying to get at is, when it comes to terminology and like the home lab community, sometimes it just seems like I'm reading a different language. I'm trying to find an example of that, and I found the one example that is not. Let me see. See plugins. Okay. So this one is actually pretty easy. Noob guide to transferring large amounts of data. Use Crusader. Okay. Crusader, I'm guessing, is an app. Space Invader is a creator who makes tutorial videos. It is advised not to use cache, which I also disabled my cache. Cache, okay, probably. So maybe this question is really easy to answer. But what I'm getting at is anytime I'm trying to do something new, the help threads aren't that helpful because they use words and terminology I'm not used to. So then I need to look up those things, and then it just takes forever to do the most basic things. But yeah. It's connected via gigabit. What's the transfer speed I'm getting? Transfer speed I'm getting is around 100, and it was anywhere from like 100 to 130-ish. That's with cache and parity, I guess, disabled, and just transferring large files. When I got to the tiny little files, my god, it slowed down to like kilobytes per second. It was annoying. But yeah, when transferring like a normal video file or something, like a whole library of video files, it was around like 130, I think it was peaking at megabytes per second. Yo, Danny, do you have any PCs for sale? I do not. Actually, I think I have one that I'm going to list locally, but I don't ship PCs to people. And I don't play tech support for people. I sell it locally, and then they can test it there. I will show it working. And then I don't give warranty or anything because I cannot be responsible for people messing up their PCs that I know is working just fine and then trying to get their money back. I have like 40 containers running on my home server. Okay. Dang. Okay. I have no idea what you're talking about. I'm just here for a cute baby. I have no idea what I'm even talking about a lot of the time. Oh, let me change that because all the messages are blocking Lexi's face. She's chill though. She's chill. You chill. You want to dance? I like to make her do the monkey. Do the monkey. She is a chill baby right now. No. She's only good when people are watching. Like when we have guests over, they're like perfect little angels. As soon as everyone leaves and it's nighttime, they become little gremlins. Docker is a platform that uses OS level virtualization to deliver software and packages called containers. Yeah, I need to look up all these. You want to take her back? Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Come to grandmama. Yeah, bye.
Okay, grandma wanted to hold her. MDZ. You're local. Okay. Are you on the Discord server? That's the best way for me to like get in contact with people because there's not really any other. Or I guess you can email me. Email should be down below, if not on the channel. Yes, we are 2 hours and 35 minutes in the stream. I gotta end soon, so I'm just gonna focus only on the chat now, not on the browser at all. This stuff all came out of enterprise technologies, and so the language is influenced by marketing of those folks that are deep in technology, like storage engineers, system engineers, yeah. And I'm quickly trying to get caught up. The thing is, I'm just learning and using this as I need it, right? Like, I don't have a need to spin up a custom Pal World server or like a Minecraft server or like, I built this thing because I was running out of storage space and now it gave me more storage space. So until I come up with specific use cases, I don't know how much more I'm going to dig into the home lab and home server stuff because I don't like have a need for it. And a lot of people do that kind of stuff just for fun, but like my time is already, you know, spread thin between the girls now and the YouTube channel and just like the gaming PC side of things that I do. So I think I'm just gonna learn the home lab stuff as needed, unless you guys can tell me in the chat what are some cool things that you've never thought you would have used until you like started using it. Then maybe I'll look into it. But yeah, for me it's like I need storage. That's all I care about. My area is Mission Impossible to sell local, so I mainly sell on Java. Yeah, but man, I guess at the end of the day, how much are you making on your builds? Because the Java fee, unless are you like grandfathered into the lower Java rate? But then the platform fee, the payment platform, and then, I mean, you're probably itemizing your expenses for your taxes as business expenses so that you're not because you're gonna get taxed on your profits from selling on Java, but that'll be offset by when you report it as business expenses, right? But I'm curious, like, how much do you make on average build after all that is considered? Go do Docker Hub and check how to deploy, for example, Postgres. See, I don't even know what that sentence means. How to deploy, for example, Postgres. Think of it as a lightweight virtual machine that runs specific things. Okay, yeah. So I have installed apps, I guess. But dude, this USB failure thing, what is going on? I might have to can I unplug it and replug it back in? Or is that gonna screw it up? Your flash drive is corrupted. No way it got corrupted. These are team group drives that are brand new. I must have accidentally bumped it. We need to have one more spot for the LAN party. Did you start building her looping ITX? No. I'm excited for the first LAN party at my house though with the girls. I think it'll be really fun. Hope everyone's keeping up on upgrades. I will be using my current PC for GTA 6 server and building a new one when it comes out. I'm very excited. I've told you guys this before. I'm excited to test low-end hardware with GTA 6. Everyone is going to be testing like the latest and greatest stuff. I'm going to be like, all right, GTX 1070 on GTA 6. Let's go. What personal phone do you use? I use a OnePlus 12. Dylan, I started with my home lab like a year ago and had no idea as well. ChatGPT is helpful for that, and Google AI. I have used them, and specifically, they know a lot about Unraid, so they have been useful for that. But the thing is, I'm still learning, and I'm not like, you know, constantly reading things on, like for hours on hours a day. So anything I learned really quickly goes out the other ear because I haven't had enough repetition to memorize it. I can explain the things I'm doing, but I'm probably going to use the most incorrect terminology ever. Speaking of storage, should I get a second 1TB M.2 or 2TB HDD? About same price. HDD more expensive. I should get... Yes. I always... Like, unless you're trying to have, like, somewhat cold storage or, like, not accessible, not frequently accessible things on your storage. Or, I guess if you're just looking at pictures, video files, and music, it's okay to have those on HDDs. But for, like, games, which I think is for most people in this chat, you're going to want that kind of stuff on an NVMe. So, adding a 2TB is only going to be for your media files, effectively. Docker Plex server, Docker Pi-hole, Home Assistants, Frigate are some of the containers I run. Yeah, I mean, Plex, I'm not interested in using my home server to, like, stream media off of. I don't have, I'm not, like, I used to, back in the day, pirate a lot of shows and stuff. But anything that I still have left over from those days, they're all, like, horrible quality. Before 1080p became the standard. You know, they're all, like, 720 or 480. Like, it'd be quicker for me to just stream something or just use any of the services that we have, like Netflix and stuff, to watch stuff. So in terms, like, Plex wise, I know a lot of people use their home servers for Plex. I don't think I have any interest in that. I believe there are Docker apps that run BNAS software or something. BNAS software. What are we talking about? What is BNAS? See? BNAS is... Wait. There's no Google search comes up for it. So what is BNAS? Unless you typoed it. Stay away from Minecraft and Roblox. It's been in news for all the wrong reasons. Okay, I don't even play them, so... you tend to break even a lot? Oh, no. And you gotta do your tax documents only to break even? No. I guess if you're having fun building, that's whatever. Tax exempt is what saved you from taking a loss? Okay. I don't know what your moral stance is on piracy, but the R software stack was insane to come across. These days, I don't pirate. These days, I don't download pirate. I still, on occasion, stream pirate. But, like, downloading the actual media, I don't do. Like, torrenting and all that stuff, those are in, like... I haven't done that for years. Having a private server is kind of cool for seasons of shows and movies that aren't streaming on servers. Yeah, it's just... I'm not trying to start downloading or torrenting and like, a bunch of shows and all that. If anything, like I said, like, on the occasional times I do pirate... It would be whatever those streaming websites are. 123 Movies, or I don't know. They always, like, go down and then an equivalent of it comes up. But I think for the most part, I just try to find shows that are on the services that we already have, which we have access to quite a bit because we share them amongst our friends and family. So it's like we got Netflix, We got HBO Max. We got Amazon Prime Video. We've got Hulu. We've got Paramount, Peacock. You know, all those things. There's usually a show or movie that I will end up watching on those, and I'm not looking to, you know, what, yeah, for other stuff, I guess. Where's the mobile, bro? Bro, you missed the whole, like, hour-and-a-half session that we opened it up and were playing around with it. It's in the middle of the stream. Good thing you can, like, backtrack on YouTube streams, unlike Twitch. Okay, nice to hear. So if I want to learn about server thingy, I should ask AI? Yeah. AI is pretty decent for it. Some of the more specific questions, it doesn't know, but I've had luck with it. GTA 6 for PC 2028? No, I think it'll be like a year to year and a half afterwards, if I had to guess. Oh, you meant to type NAS? Okay, yeah. Love torrents are... What was... So, what, Demonoid? Is that the one? I had a friend who had access to, like, one of those exclusive torrent trackers. Does Demonoid even still exist? But, like, you had to have an invite code or a password or something like that. But this was years ago. We're talking about, like, over a decade ago. Maybe closer to a decade and a half to 2 decades ago. But is that still a thing? Like, different BitTorrent trackers and websites that have, like, exclusivity? And then they, like, you have to keep a positive share ratio and all that? My goodness. That was from a past life, it feels like, almost. I have not kept up with the torrenting scene in the last over a decade. Always Russian torrents? You're going way back, bro. Basically just said LimeWire. I'm telling you, I'm not in the scene. Steam.io is a great app for torrent streaming. Did you watch Cuties? Cuties? Is that the weird, like, ballerina... The movie where there's, like, child exploitation or something? Oh, no. Nope. Nope, this is different. Cuties. 2020. 11-year-old such rebel conservative family. No, I've not seen that. Free-spirited dance crew. Wait, yeah, isn't Cuties the one where they had problems because they were showing, like, sexualization of minors or something? Or am I thinking of something else? Cuties sounds very familiar. I have not seen it, but I thought there was a controversy around it. LimeWire, how about recording music from the radio? Yeah, with like a like tape. You hear the babies? Yeah, they're not crying. They're just screaming because that's how they like to talk. Like, they're very vocal and loud. I think that's Lexi too, because I think Mia's sleeping. I've got 4, man. I get it. Yeah, it's very cute though. I have so many videos of them just screaming their heads off, and like, I can't wait for them to see it once they're older. They are growing up way too fast, though. That saying is true. The nights are long, but the months and years are short. Somehow they're already 4 months old, and they are gigantic compared to when they first came out. They're about double the weight now of when they were born. So we're gonna be over their tiny face soon, so that's gonna be kind of sad. But I'm excited for them to start talking and walking. Remember when you would download an MP3 on LimeWire in 20 seconds in a song, someone would say stealing music is wrong? Lol. Dude, we have TT6K. To download music, I swear it took like 5 to 10 minutes. I did not have 20-second LimeWire usage. Also, remember when people would put like viruses or like, I don't know, like malicious files and name them like some movie or song file? Remember that? BearShare, yeah, BearShare, was it? Was it WinMX? Was that one? I think we used WinMX a lot. Freeware, peer-to-peer, yep. Napster, I never used Napster. I used Kazaa, LimeWire, WinMX. Never used BearShare. Alright, take it easy. Authentic hate. You wouldn't torrent a car. I used to download for days the B-saws that would wipe your entire hard drives. Yeah, I was pretty smart about it. I always got ones with high peers and that didn't look sketchy. I think some of them, like, you could rate the files, right? Some of the I guess, the managers, the torrent managers. Does anyone actually use a VPN? I do not. Actually, no. I have used Proton VPN, the free version, but I don't use a VPN, like, constantly. Should I? I don't know, like, the whole cybersecurity network side of things of, like, what... Everything I've looked into VPNs, people are saying a lot of the services out there aren't actually all too private or all too secure. So I'm like, okay, whatever. I'll just keep going without using it. If the skull was green, it was good. Yes, I remember that. If you download ... legally, you should use it. Yeah. Just host your own VPN using a $5 server, and you can use it for the whole family. Oh yeah, I guess that's one way you could use the home server, right? I used to download Dragon Ball Z episodes because it wasn't really a thing in the US for the longest. Or they used to only play one episode a week, and it was so annoying to watch one by one. Because DBZ episodes are really like 18 minutes long with like 3 long commercials. They're so short. I remember those days. But when I was watching DBZ, I did not have fast enough internet to even think about downloading it off of any of the torrent or peer-to-peer sharing clients. Yeah, the whole episode screaming, inner monologues, all that stuff. I couldn't watch DBZ unless, I don't know, is Super better on that front? But I don't think I could watch the original run of DBZ again. So many filler episodes, so many time-wasting episodes. Yeah, VPN slows you down, and VPN records can be subpoenaed. Yeah. These are the talking points I've heard about, like, why bother. And then there's also, did anyone use DC++? I think I always bring this up. But DC++ was a direct peer-to-peer thing, except I think specifically university networks use them. And when I first got into university and I learned about it, oh my goodness. I was downloading so many things from people because it was over the university network, which was blazing fast. Like, you would get whole shows, seasons of shows in like minutes, which at that time compared to torrents was like crazy fast. But I made a mistake one time of, because I was sharing my stuff too, but I actually overshared. Like, I shared, like, the directory that I was sharing had some of my homework files in it for some of my labs and stuff. And one day I noticed, because it tells you who's downloading from you, I noticed someone was downloading like all my chemistry labs. And I was like, oh, no. Because I was really afraid of getting in trouble for if someone plagiarized or, like, you know, used my lab or in homework and stuff. If someone else in the university did that, and then, like, I got in trouble for letting them cheat or whatever. So then I became very careful from that point on, checking the directories that I had accessible and things like that. But yeah, DC++, I think it was like pretty niche. Not a lot of people used it. And it was like only for, I only knew of people in like university using it. It was the school network. So it wasn't like internet in that sense, but because the whole school network was like all interconnected, it was like direct transfer over network from like on campus or like I guess off campus at the dorms too. Yeah. It was so crazy fast, especially at the time. This was like 2007, 2008. It beat whatever the internet speeds were on university at the time. Best chip dip, sour cream, and everything bagel seasoning. Huh. That sounds really good. Dragon Ball Z Kai is simply a remake of Dragon Ball Z that removes all the filler. Oh, then what was Super? DBZ Kai. It's a it's a continuation after Majin Buu. And Kai is a remastered. Oh, okay. I think I was confusing them. So Kai. Okay, yeah. That sounds more familiar. I haven't watched Dragon Ball in so long. There's so many other great anime to watch. I'm not trying to watch something that has like a bajillion episodes. Like, I'm good with the ones that have like, you know, discrete seasons of like, I don't know, 15 to 20 episodes, and then like it ends after a certain like 80 episodes instead of just going on till the end of time. But it's been 5 hours now. It's been 3 hours. Somehow we 3 hours streamed. Okay. Next week, maybe we can unbox the 9070. Or do I have to unbox it sooner to do the build? We'll see. But, okay, I'm still good 1, 2, 3 weeks out from when I need to get that build out. So yeah, there's no video this week, just because I need to finish working on the server stuff. But there should be a video next week for that. And, yeah, other than that, you guys can catch me on the Discord server. For whoever said you're interested in buying a build, potentially, I need to figure out what I'm going to price it at. I'm probably going to price it at basically the value of the parts, which are all pretty much brand new, because these were just used in videos, and then I didn't use it after the fact. But yeah. Follow the Instagram, follow the TikTok if you can. And yeah, I will catch you guys in next week's stream. Same time, same day as always, and on the Discord server. Take care, everyone. Thanks for a good stream.